Okay, so we're going to be discussing assignment 4 called Same Root, Different Leaves. This project, are you all listening? This project will help you learn about your classmates more, and it will also help you to practice some Google Slide skills. Um, I'm guessing one of the skills that you're going to be using is something that you might not have even known was possible, and that's called linking. Each classmate will need a new slide for you to tell us how the both of you all are similar and slightly different. And so you're not going to actually make a slide for yourself, but you're going to make a slide for all of the other students. Plus, you're going to make a title slide. So therefore, you will need exactly the amount of slides that are people in the classroom. How many was that, sir? I don't want to say names since I'm recording. Yeah, 19, right? So you're going to need 19 slides. Well, it's not due until Friday. So we're starting this on Monday, August 23rd, and it's due Friday, August 27th. On the cover slide, you'll need to add each of your classmates' name to a leaf on the tree and then link their leaf to their slide. All right. So when you open up the slide presentation that is included, if I put it in present mode, you see that there's a quote at the top that says, "We all come from the same root, but the leaves are all different." And this quote is by someone named John Deere. And that's kind of the heart of this project, is to find something, to learn everyone's name, to find something that are similar between you and every person in the classroom, so that we really can begin to see that we are all similar. And then lastly, to find something different, because our differences are what makes us interesting. And so as we find our differences, we can learn about people and how they're different and learn to respect and grow from the unique things that they offer. Are there any questions about this first page so far? All right, so do you notice the leaves have all of these words that say type name, type name, type name? Those are text boxes that are on top of each leaf. Be careful when you're clicking on there, because there's several images that Miss Brown spent time creating. Well, not creating, but putting together for you. So there's a tree at the back. The tree had almost no leaves on it. So the tree, all of these leaves that you see are leaves that I added for you. And then where it says type name are text boxes where you're going to type the name of the person whose slide it is. At the bottom, you're going to go ahead and you're going to type your full name down there. All right. The second slide that was created for you as a template is the slides that you'll use to create for each person. So each person will have their own slide, and you'll put their name, and then you'll say how you and that person are similar, and then how you and that person are different. Does anyone see the tree on this second slide? Is somebody in the classroom? Yeah. But it's not just one person, it's everyone that's in this class. You're making a slide for everyone that's part of our second period class. If they're absent, you still have to try to learn about them. So how can we learn about people who are absent? The question of the day, right? So if when you're doing the assignment, you notice, okay, I don't have 19 slides, I'm missing 3, then you might be missing 3 people who perhaps are absent. So you can go take a look at the question of the day and see if they submitted some information. What other assignment can you take a look at to learn about somebody? What did we do last week? Yes, assignment number 2, right? What was it called? Okay. All right, so we're thinking assignment 2 might tell us some things about our classmates as well. You all remember walking around talking to people? Ileana, say it louder. Oh, I wasn't gonna say names. Say it louder. Okay. Thank you, sweethearts. Yes. So, assignment number 2, find someone who will also help you to take a look at some details about people to see if they're similar or different in what ways to you. Everybody in our second period is similar to you in lots of ways, in lots of ways, in lots of ways. Everyone in our second period is also different from you in a few ways. Okay? And so, for example, this student right here was trying to decide what nickname he wanted to use. And it was discovered that him and his teacher have the same nickname. Who would have thought that, right? So, everyone in this room or in our second period is similar in some way, but we are also different. And that's what makes us cool. So, let me show you the bottom right hand corner. Do you all see that tree? That tree is going to be created as a link to go back to our first slide. So the first thing that we're going to do is link that. So please watch me first. The way that I have to link it is I have to click on the image that I want to create a hyperlink for. So I click on that image and then I go up to insert. If you notice that you don't have an insert, if your menu bar looks like this, you simply click this down arrow. So you go to insert and down to link. The shortcut says Control K. But you click link, and then you are going to be linking to slide number 1. So I'm going to type slide 1. Slide 1. And it doesn't want a space. All right, and so if you see here, there's my link to slide 1. It's actually not right. To make this smaller so that I can see what I'm linking, all I did was click Control minus to make my screen a little smaller. And let me try it again. Please watch. Are you all looking at the screen? Okay. So when I click the image, I go to insert, I go to link. Do you see how these options appear? So I can link this to slides in this presentation, or I can link this to anything on the internet. That's really cool. Like if we wanted this tree to take us to another website, we could do that. If we wanted it to take us to YouTube, we could do that. So you can link this tree to anything that you want, but I want us to link it to something that's inside of this slide presentation. And so we're going to link it to slide 1. Now, if we try it out, I'm going to go to present mode. Watch my cursor. Do you see how my cursor is an arrow? But when I go to the tree, what happens? It becomes like a little hand. That lets you know that there's a link there. So if I click that tree, it takes me back to slide 1. Was anyone able to link it yet? Show your hand if so. No one yet? Okay, good. My recommendation is that you link the tree before you start to duplicate slides, because every slide that has the big leaf on it needs the tree to be linked to slide number 1. So that's why the first thing we're doing is linking the tree. All right. So I'm going to hit escape so that I can go back to editing. Yes. Okay. What are you working on? go to the menu where it says insert and go down to link. And then right there, do you see how like your menu is all the way down? That's because your picture is so large. So if you hit control and minus sign a couple of times, it'll make your, okay. So now link it again. And well, that was a lot. Maybe do control plus a couple of times so you can see it more easily. Okay. Now try to link it again and hopefully you'll be able to see the menu bar. All right, let me show you a couple more things and then we can stop the recording and I can circulate around the room, okay? All right, so yes. What's your question? Click link, LINK. It's like down towards the bottom. All right, I'll be there. Let me just show everyone this and then we'll stop the recording, okay? All right, so right now we only have 2 slides. Let's pretend like there's 2 other people in my classroom. Like I'm a student and it's me and 2 other kids. So I only have a slide for one other person. I need one more slide, right? How do I make another slide? Like, should I make a blank slide like this and like add another leaf and add a tree and add a text box? Or is there a shortcut I can do? There is a shortcut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete. I'm going to simply click and hit delete that blank one because I don't need, if I'm going to make the same exact slide, I don't need to make it from scratch every time. And so I'm going to click on the slide and I'm going to right click. And do you see where it says duplicate slide? I'm going to duplicate that slide. And now do you see slide 2 and slide 3 have all of the same exact information? You click on the slide you want to copy, you right click, and you hit duplicate. Okay, so that's a good question. They're asking, how do you right click on the Chromebook? If it's difficult to do that with the Chromebook, let me show you what you can do. Watch the board. So I'm going to click on the one that I want to copy and I'm going to use a shortcut, Control C, Control V. So watch me. I'm holding down Control, CTRL, and then I'm hitting the C key. So that copied this slide. And now when I want to make a duplicate, I'm going to hit Control V, which is to paste. So Control V. Do you see how it popped up? And this is how you can make it a lot because you need like 18 or 17 copies, right? Yes. No, we only need one copy of the tree. That's going to be our title slide. And so once you Control C it, you can Control V as many times as you need. Okay. But my pretend class only has 3 students, me and 2 others. So I'm going to delete some of these because I only need 2. All right. So now, hopefully, all I need you to have tried to do was copy 1. You're really going to do most of this tomorrow. So we're just getting started. Yes. All right. So now we need to figure out how do we edit it. So I'm going to go to slide 2. And that's the first slide I want to type information on. All right. So watch the board so you can see what we're doing next. So the first thing is this up here is a text box. You're going to click in the text box and you're going to put your first classmate's name. Let's pretend like our first classmate is Sean. So I went to elementary and middle school with a girl named Sean. Yeah. All right. And I'm going to put her name at the top here. And then I'm also going to put her name where it says classmate's name. So I'm going to highlight where to type. And I'm going to, instead of delete, I could just type over it. You can delete if you want to, but I usually just highlight and type. But the leaves are already, yeah, just keep watching for a second. You have to take the agenda with you. All right. All right, come on, please. All right, so Sean and I are similar because we both grew up in Chicago, Illinois, and have sons. All right, so that's how Sean and I are similar. Now I put we are slightly different because we do have different kids. That's correct. But I live in New Mexico. And she lives in California. I live in New Mexico. She lives in California. So is my slide on Sean finished? It's kind of finished, right? Like this links to slide 1. But if we go to slide 1, do you see how like I made a Sean one right here? So the way that I did that was I just clicked on where it says type name and I typed Sean. It doesn't matter. I forget her new last name. She has a new one. Okay. So her name is Sean, right? But is this linking? What I want you all to be able to do is link each leaf to the slide about the person. So how do we link? We just linked the tree to slide 1, right? Now I need to link Sean's name to the slide that's about Sean. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose whatever leaf I want to be Sean's, and I decided it's this one. I'm going to highlight here. I need to remember what slide is hers. What number is her slide? 1 is the tree. 2 is hers, okay? So I need to remember slide 2 is Sean's. So I'm going to go here, highlight her name, go to insert, go to link, and slide to Sean. Do you see that? Also, I can go slides in this presentation and here, slide to Sean. Do you see how her name just changed color? Yeah. That means that it's linked. So if I go to present mode, her name is linked. I click it, it takes it to hers. If I click anywhere here, it takes it to the next slide. But if I go to the tree, where will it take it? To slide 1. All right. Okay, so essentially, that's everything that you're going to do. I want to just point out to you when you're operating on this first slide, please be careful because, like Ms. Brown said, there is a tree and a bunch of leaves. So, watch what's about to happen. You see how the tree moved? You can accidentally move the tree or these leaves pretty easily. If you do something on accident, you simply go back to these arrows and undo. Well, the arrows are usually my favorite because I could just kind of click once and it's like undoing my mistake. If I click a second time, it undoes the second thing I've done recently. All right. And so that is everything. Make sure you make a slide for each person in your classroom.